Imagine a hypothetical solar system where space itself is unreliable, no violent all the time, not consistently chaotic, just unstable. Motion doesn't always stay linear. Direction isn't guaranteed, and sometimes the universe decides to twist things, a flow. In this what-if world, planets still orbit stars, and civilizations still form, but everything happens inside a region of space where the rules bend in subtle but dangerous ways. This isn't a story about aliens invading technology or conquering nature. It's a thought experiment about what a civilization might become if space itself could overpower you. The entire solar system exists inside what we can describe as a bubble of altered reality. From the outside, it doesn't look artificial. Stars are visible, planets follow paths, light escapes. The only noticeable difference is a faint red tint, not the objects themselves, but the space between them. Inside the bubbles, physics still work, but not consistently. Motion can change direction instantly. Rotation can replace translation. Gravity vectors reorientate without warning. Nothing explodes. Nothing announces itself. Space simply behaves different here. Within this bubble exists invisible structures, not objects, not particles, but patterns. These resemble DNA, only in shape. Twisted, repeated, layered, self-similar at different scales. These structures can be small as a few meters across, or large enough to engulf an entire planet. When matter enters one of these regions, something unusual happens. Linear motion begins to rotate. Not violent at first, just enough to throw things off. At small scales, a person feels uncoordinated, objects overshoot, objects drift oddly, balance becomes unreliable. At large scales, ocean rises vertically, tsunamis form without earthquakes, weather systems spiral unnaturally. Entire regions of land reorientate briefly. Nothing is being pulled. Everything is being reinterpreted mid-motion. These DNA regions are not rare events. They form, fade, overlap, and drift, much like weather systems. When a strong wind passes through a planet, water doesn't flow outward, it splashes upward. Ground doesn't crack, it tilts. Winds don't blow, they coil. To an outside observer, this would look impossible. To inhabitants, it's simply art of the environment. This is why disasters aren't explosion or impacts. They're losses of orientation. Life still exists here, though domained civilization is roughly humanoid in shape, not human, not alien in the traditional sense. Their bodies adapted to unstable gravity, rotational motion, sudden changes in area. But biology alone wasn't enough. Survival They wear protective suits, but these suits are not enough. The suit reduces mild DNA effects, stabilizes short exposures, protects from debris and combat, buys time from those structures that manipulate the universe. But if someone is caught outside during one of those times, motion control collapses, orientation fails, survival is unlikely. That's why the most important technology they ever developed wasn't armor, it was the home. Each individual or small group lives inside a mobile, circular habitat, about 18 feet in radius. Perfectly round, fully enclosed, no corners, no fixed up or down. The home doesn't block the DNA forces, it disconnects inside from them. During disasters, the outside world may rotate, invert, or surge. Inside, gravity remains stable. Orientation holds, motion is dampened and just controlled. From within, it feels like sitting inside a calm capsule. The universe trembles and spins around you. This is how they survive tsunamis that rise vertically. This is how they endure planetary scale chaos. Each home contains an embedded AI system. It's perfect purpose isn't control, it's prevention. The AI monitors environmental instability, the occupation's coordination, congenitive coordinates. It conditions worsen. If conditions worsen, movement is limited. Systems lock down, the home enters maximum stabilization. If an occupant begins to lose control, the AI prevents action that could cause harm to themselves or others. It doesn't punish, it protects. So that, it doesn't break anything. Because of this environment, their civilization was made differently. They don't build massive cities. They form temporary clusters of homes. Settlements appear and dissolve. Companies move when space becomes unsafe. They value calm, prediction, awareness of limits. They fear loss of control over confidence, exposure without protection. Exploration is careful. Conflict is rare. Survival depends on restraint. This is a hypothetical world. Space itself is the greatest force. Not hostile, not mischievous, not indifferent. The civilization that survives here doesn't domain its environment. It learns how to step back. Their greatest technology isn't power. It's knowing the universe is about to twist. And being somewhere safe when it does isn't a story about conquering space. It's a what if about learning how to live inside of it.